Hey, on July 22nd, 2023, I started making a video diary series. Basically, I started with one video diary and then made 99 more over the course of 3 years. And here we are in June 2026, and for the 100th video spectacular, I'm just gonna do a retrospective of all the video diaries. We start off with day one. Terrible video diary name, by the way. I guess this was like before I knew how I'd schedule these out, because like this wouldn't go to become a daily series, so the day one doesn't really make any sense. Day one, it's only 1:57, just me talking about like my day, and that's it. It's a pretty basic video diary. The next one is politics. Video diary 2 is called politics, and it is about politics, just what I think about overpopulation and this hilarious 2024 election prediction.
So, I don't know why nobody else thinks this, but I don't think Trump nor Biden will win. First off, I doubt Trump will win. Like, I'll be even surprised if he wins the nomination. Like, that.
It's kind of sad how hopeful I am in this video. I mean, AI would come to really just take over everything in like a year's time from that video, and now I feel like my look on the future is a lot less bright. Yeah, then we move on to video diary 3, which is video games. I say that I don't like video games. That quote aged pretty badly, and it's also the first instance of peer pressure, which is something I talk about throughout the series. Next one talks about my relationship with music over the years. I talk about how I wished I didn't switch from piano to guitar during the registration process, and I cannot believe that. I wanted to play piano for 7th grade. I'd go on to play guitar, and that just fostered so many unique experiences. I just can't imagine any way my life was different, and I was like, shoot, I wish I chose piano. But no, yeah, I mean, choosing guitar was the better choice. That's like a great example of why having video diaries like this is helpful, because you can go back and see your exact thought process on issue and how good or how poorly it aged. The next two videos take place the night before the first day of 7th grade. The first one's me talking about my hopes for the next day and the next year, and night is night's just me talking about one of those nights, just nights where you can't go to sleep because you got too much in your head. I was talking about my looks, and it's crazy how I thought I was hot back then, because
I've gotten to myself.
I mean, pro body positivity and all that, but I was not that. I was not what I thought I was. I don't know what kind of mirror I was looking into. Following up with those two, we then get the first day of school Wednesday video. This would go on to be a tradition. Every first day of school after this, I'd make a video about the day. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I talk about how good I think the next year is going to be, and I was completely right. 7th grade was an amazing year. Before this, I was like making a video diary every single Wednesday. They were the Wednesday videos I'd make every Wednesday. But starting with this video has no topic, I kind of ran out of things to say almost, or something. I just fell out of the habit of making them, and the next one would come 4 months later with season finale. And then we're on to season 2. Video diary 11 is called February 2nd. Basically, it's me right before school talking about February 2nd, why I think it's going to be a good day. In kindergarten, our teacher had us write in a gratitude journal. And one of the pages says, I'm grateful for February 2nd because it is my fave. Just so random. I found that, and then I was like, okay, February 2nd's got to be an amazing day. And then it was the first videos, me talking about the day, and then the next video, 2224 review, is me reviewing the day, which was very eclectic. This is the first video diary to pass 10 minutes, 13 minutes. That's way longer than any of them before. Also, I should probably mention season 2, episode 1 is the first episode where I mentioned my 7th grade crush. I'm not gonna mention her that much, or I'm gonna try to mention her as little as possible because it's kind of cringe. But anyways, yeah. Next up is life philosophy. If you asked me any time since like last year, I would have told you this is the worst video diary. Even though I haven't watched it. I mean, I just rewatched it for this video. And honestly, it isn't as bad as I thought it was. Basically, it's a vertical video of me talking about my life philosophy from a 7th grader. So you can imagine, you know, I thought it was going to be super pretentious and annoying, but then I watched it. It wasn't terrible. Still very cringe and honestly stupid. But I do agree with most of the same stuff I say in that video, just less exaggerated. Okay, next we got a 3-part saga called the Together Saga, starting with It's All Coming Together, then It All Came Together, and then finally, and then It All Fell Apart. These 3 videos document the real-time progress of me asking out my crush and what happened before and after, the latter being the breakup video. She broke up with me the next day, so it's actually really funny seeing this progress, just, you know, March 27th, March 28th, and March 29th, just being, it's hilarious. I mean, these videos are insanely cringy, but, you know, sometimes it's so cringe it's funny. Like,
I went to the bathroom to get deodorized, you know, need to put on a good impression. They're by the hands. She's just like trying to run away. They lost their grip. She starts running away. Eventually, they push us together. I'm face to face to her. I'm just thinking, how surreal is this?
But then sometimes they're just cringe, but instead of laughing, I go, like, while rewatching this, there's like some parts where I just hear like, ah, like I was having like Vietnam flashbacks. It's insane. But anyways, after that 3 days of my life, I got March 2024, a month in review. March was just a very packed, very crazy month, March 2024. So that's just me talking about the month. It's a simple comment. And then number 14, not number 16, I numbered it wrong. This one takes a more serious look on that one-day relationship. It's a more melancholic, and, you know, I mean, you got a lot from reading the title. I don't think I'll move on. It's, you know, it's cringe, but I'm saying everything with 100% seriousness. And even though it's pretty silly, I mean, I can't help but feel bad for myself, even though it's very cringe. I then got a love letter to 7th grade. God. I mean, it's just me glazing 7th grade, me talking about the year and why I love it so much. All over, very loud, sappy music. Just, the music didn't really need to be there. It's kind of just too overboard, you know, just be more nonchalant. So yeah, I mean, you know, season 3, episode 2, video diary number 26, The Renaissance, would really be, you know, a renaissance for the series, just an absolute rebirth, where, you know, a lot of the benchmarks of the series would be established. Like, throughout all of season 2, it's really just, you know, unedited, unplanned ramblings. But, you know, starting with season 3, we'd see the return to the iconic spot. We'd see the return to editing. We'd see thumbnails come back for the first time. The returns to the weekly schedule. That was huge. So yeah, video diaries started coming out way more frequently in season 3, and they got a lot better. Number 27 is pretty funny. I was asked out by a girl, and I didn't want to ask my parents if I could go with her. So this is basically just me, like, fucking freaking out in front of the camera, and I mean, it's funny.
Stuff. I just needed to explain. I really don't want my parents knowing that I get cooch, bruh. Seriously. I don't know why. It's just an instinctive feeling. I don't want to tell them. I don't want to say I want to go with a girl to the festival thing. I don't want to do that.
Number 28 starts the preparing for high school trilogy. Basically, it'd just be me, you know, trying to get fit, swole, whatever, in preparation for high school, which would be in like 11 months. We then get video games 2, So this is a sequel to the one I made in season 1, you know, where I talk about video games, but this time I talk about video games, or, you know, my relationship with video games from when that video was made to now, or not now, November 14th, 2024. We then get one of my favorites. Am I getting signs from above? But basically, the girl who asked me out, not the one from the Together Saga, a different one. This is basically me talking about how, like, God has almost, like, put us two together. Like, for Secret Santa, I'd get her name. And then at the Secret Santa, there'd be, like, 10 different opportunities where I'd, like, kiss her. Like, crazy stuff would happen. It's so frantic. I filmed the thing on 2 different devices because my phone runs out of storage, so I moved to an iPad, and, like, the video's flipped. There's not a single second of silence in this video. It's so frantic. It's crazy. 100 movies in 1 year. That's interesting. And there'd be more videos like this where it's not really me talking about anything, not me talking to myself, but me talking to an audience. So like this video, and then also the 100 movies in 1 year, where I just, you know, go down a list of all 100 movies I saw in 2024 and talk about them. And then next one, which would come out January 2nd, would be 2025 goals. So basically, I made a sheet of goals, I'm trying to point to it, but yeah, sheet of goals. And throughout that year, 2025, I'd make follow-up videos of following up on how I did on my goals. I did pretty well. For 2025, I wanted to make all the videos in 4:3 aspect ratio, just for fun. I don't know why I stopped doing that. I mean, it made the videos look better, I admit. Like, Miss Mac looks like Murph from Impractical Jokers. That one's just a basic video diary about my week, but, you know, it looks good. And also, it's important to mention that starting in 2025, I truly did establish the weekly schedule, because that was one of my goals, was make a Wednesday video every single Wednesday. So some of these videos, like Miss Mac looks like Murph from Practical Jokers, I wouldn't really make now, but, you know, you gotta fit the weekly quota, which is okay, because, like, this video is 2 minutes long, you know? It's not like 7th grade where a single day would be talked about for 13 minutes. It's short and sweet, and Miss Mac looks like Murph from Practical Jokers is good. Next up, we get to the Valentine Saga. So just like the Together Saga is talking about the chemistry between a girl. The Together Saga is different because that was in 7th grade. I was a lot more outgoing and outgoing, you know. I was the popular outgoing kid. But in 8th grade, things were a lot more mellow. And instead of me trying to pursue a crush, I was on the opposite side. The girl from the 2 video diaries I was talking about earlier had a huge crush on me, and it was mutual. However, I was so awkward, nothing happened. So I was in this, like, constant, like, fear and insecurity where, like, I'd, like, try to make a move, but then, like, hold back because of this, you know, fear. You know, I was a pussy. And she, like, called me earlier and, like, said this.
What are you doing?
I'm still playing.
What are we?
We're like people.
Stop.
Stop.
What are we?
That's a good question. What are we?
Do you like me?
Yeah.
Me too. I like me too.
So yeah, I mean, she eventually moved on. She probably thought I was gay because of how, I mean, I fumbled a mutual crush, you know. I'll admit, you know, my skills, I'm not gonna say that. We then get 49 and 50, which, I mean, despite it being number 50, they're both just kind of normal video diaries about my week. 51's nothing special, but then 52, it might be my favorite in the entire series. It's hilarious. Like, it's basically me talking into the mirror about a really good encounter, like a really good encounter I had at my first time at the gym where, you know, I thought this girl was, you know, hot. We started talking. It was a very nice conversation. I talked and the camera said, wow, this is a really nice conversation. And she says, hey, do you like making out? And I'm all like, holy shit, I just hit the jackpot. But then I asked, sorry, what? Just making sure I'm hearing things right. Turns out I wasn't. She said, do you like working out? Then it's immediately cut by 5 minutes later where everything goes to shit and she like... You just gotta watch it yourself. It's a bit too complex for me to, you know, summarize briefly, but it's such an embarrassing experience. And if you do watch this, I just call her a redhead. That is not true. She does not have orange curly hair. She has scarlet red hair. It's brown hair dyed red, okay? Get it right. I just want to clarify that. 2 videos later, we got I Love This Show. Me talking about Breaking Bad. I would follow this up with, I think, 3 sequels. It just thundered in Minecraft, whatever. I'd follow it up with 3 sequels about different shows, you know, throughout my, you know, watch history of watching TV. We then got April Fools. That one's interesting. That one's pretty good, too. It'd go to define a lot of what season 4 would be, where I'd get, you know, a typical day and then try to, like, think of what it means philosophically. This is the one where I truly go into depth about God and like this like invisible fate that I feel like is writing my life. It's interesting, but yeah, I mean, a lot of video diaries are like this. Like April Fools is me talking, like part of the video diary is me going over how I had a dream about a kid whose dad died, and the dream was about his dad dying, basically. And then the next day, I went to school, and this girl has a scare of her mom dying, all on April Fools. I was like, what is the signs? What is this? I mean, I mean, it's pretty good. 8 minutes. It's longer than, I think, every other video diary that season. So yeah. We then got Post-Full Days, which is, I mean, kind of shitty. I don't even know why I made it. Oh, because of the weekly schedule, I get it. And then A Wrinkle in Time. It's just me talking about my experiences at the school play. I love a Minecraft movie. I bet you could guess what that's about. I mean, yeah, most of these are really good. Yearbooks. I like that one. It's me just talking to the camera, you know, with my yearbooks. Just going over them, reading them, finding things in the yearbooks. It has a very unscripted, natural feel. I mean, all of these videos aren't scripted, but this one just feels so... I mean, it's so charming. Yeah, people gave me some nice ones. Dylan, I know you will do great things. Follow your heart and never forget the kindness that makes you special. Holy... Wait, I was just looking in my old yearbook. I swear he said the exact same thing. But as we get to the end of 8th grade, all these video diaries are kind of important. Like, this is the field trip before school, the talent show, graduation, and then me talking about 8th grade, and like the year it's been, and then the summer video diaries. The summer Wednesday videos are, they're more fun. Not really. I mean, I like all the summer video diaries, like Pretty Little Baby. This is me talking about just this episode of my life of a rabbit going down our gutter and the hijinks that ensued from there. We then get the next installment in the I Love This Show series, and then the next installment in the 2025 Goals series. And then 4th of July. This is the first video where I had an extended cut. I just released an extended cut because I wanted the video diary to be short, but there's also some fun stuff I want to keep. And then after the 4th of July, we get the 3rd installment in the I Love This Show series. Tortillas and Change is like the textbook perfect video diary. I, you know, bring up a wide variety of topics. It doesn't try to be too deep, but you can still analyze it and find deeper things throughout it, you know? Like it shows, it doesn't tell. Like all these different topics, which are all so disconnected, are all connected. like I talk about how I made tortillas out of burnt popcorn, and then I talk about me hanging out at Kieran's house and me starting a TikTok profile. I start the TikTok profile from going to Kieran's house, and then it wraps around again, me saying I visited a geocache because we went geocache hunting at Kieran's house. So this whole thing, the Kieran's house, Ozzy Osbourne, yeah, it's hard to explain again, but you know, everything's connected in this one. It very well written. Again, not written, but we then get the season finale to the 8th grade season 3. First day of high school, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Starting season 4, which, you know, started with first day of high school. It's I'd say it's like it has a rough start. Like second day of school and clubs and extracurriculars are both unedited, which is, you know, very and 81 and 82. Yeah, so a good chunk of the first half is just kind of unedited and kind of boring, because my plan was to just make a video diary for every single week of that entire year. But unfortunately, I mean, my life just wasn't as interesting as it was the year before. So, like, you know, it's like a lot of these video diaries I just did out of obligation because I had to fit the weekly quota, even though they're not really about anything special. Really, they're not that bad. I thought they were gonna be a lot worse, but I mean, looking back on, they're actually not that bad. Season 4 really only starts to get good after 83, because that's when I ditched the 1 week thing. And then strength and conditioning, one where I'm talking about my life, but it's not boring. And then 2026 goals. Yeah, I mean, same thing as 2025 goals. Those are up there. Unlike 2025 goals, I planned on doing quarterly checkups, but I'll probably do a halfway checkup, and that's it. Because honestly, I think I haven't really been completing these goals as quickly as 2025. Up the Junction and Jumping the Six, they're both talking about the same day and were filmed the same day, but for some reason there are 2 videos. I think I just didn't want the video to be like 13 minutes. Yeah, I mean, both are pretty good, but they're like the textbook season 4, where it's, I mean, you know, try to be symbolic and philosophical. They're done pretty good. Like, it's not too like exaggerated. We then get Super Duper Week and Sadie's Week, both just talking about eventful weeks. Sadie's Week being a lot better, in my opinion. A lot of things happen that week, and it doesn't try to be deep. Easter, which was filmed on this laptop, so the camera quality's kind of shit, and it's unedited. I mean, what can I say? It's not terrible, but Miracles of Life. It's made exactly a year after Miracle of Life, and they actually, like, for example, I bought a phone off a kid in Miracle of Life, and then a year later, I'm talking about selling it. The Miracle of Life, I talk about my trip to Vegas. Miracles of Life, I talk about my other trip to Vegas that I did almost a year after the first. We then get one of the best hot streaks in this series. We get a regular week in May. Basically, that one's a bit different. Instead of me talking about my week, it's me talking about my week in real time. So I talk about each individual day and then combine them all into one video, which means it's actually the longest Wednesday video. It's 16 minutes because it is 7 different videos combined. And I explore a lot with different lightings, cinematography, and hopefully for season 5, I do more of that. And then transition year. This is basically my recap of 9th grade. And it's also video diary 99, which means it is the most recent video diary. When this one comes out, 100, it'll probably be my favorite video diary. I mean, I've been wanting to make this video for over a year and a half, so I mean, so far, I think it might be my favorite. It'll also be the finale to season 4. Season which, you know, in review wasn't, like, again, a rocky start, but, you know, still pretty good. Season 5, I want to be more unplanned. Just make videos whenever. Just no guidelines, no schedules. I think that's what really hurt at the beginning of season 4. Don't try to be philosophical. Just make fun video diaries. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I was gonna link all the previous video diaries in the description, but honestly, now that I've rewatched all these, maybe some of these I shouldn't be displaying to the public. Yeah, I'll see you later. It's been really nice. I really like having these videos because I mean, it's great to just have every single part of your life documented where you could go back to a certain day. You learn so much more about yourself. It's really helpful, and I recommend anyone watching this to just make a video diary. You don't need to show it to anyone. Just keep them to yourself, and I think you'll end up learning a lot more than you'd think. Anyways, yeah, bye.